are you?
Good, good. Thank you so much for your energy boost and your vibration lifting and all of that.
So, have you found joy yet?
Well, I'm choosing joy. I wouldn't say I found it, but I'm choosing joy.
Choosing joy. Okay.
Yeah. So this is our last session. Thank you so much, and I really do believe that what you've shared with me and everybody else who's listening, I do believe that it is going to transform a lot of people. So yeah. I kind of want to pick up the conversation from our last conversation. You said something very, very interesting, and we've been speaking about vibrations and energy and what attracts what. But you made a conversation, and I think that's why I started the whole thing, was like, I've seen in my own life and in other people that there are some, I want to say, negative emotions, although, but there are sometimes trauma, there is sometimes unforgiveness, stuff that keeps us out of the vibration of joy, out of that higher level. If we are not vibrating on that joyful level, if joy is not the source that we start from, how do we fix that? What I want to know is, what have you done to kind of get past the unforgiveness? How did you get past the trauma? Did you just accept it? Did you move on? What is your practical solution for getting the vibration on the same level?
Okay, firstly, I'm not the average person. In saying that, what I mean is, people would always comment, and they used to comment, say, Talanie, you're different. It's a very young age. And then I met, I don't know if you know who Caroline is.
Yeah, the lady who wrote the books on the brain, the past and stuff. Yes.
I met her daughter a few years ago. Caroline was still in South Africa at that time. I didn't know who she was. I didn't know that person existed. I met her daughter. We had a chat. She said, "Oh, you're different." I said, "Please, man, how do you define this thing of being different?" I didn't experience it as bad, but no one could tell me what was this different being. So she said, "Go to my mother. Let her test your brain." I said, "Oh, okay, I'll do that." So it didn't take her very long to figure out that I'm a complete right brain person, and not many people are like that. So yes, we're a bit different. My question was, am I born like that, or did things happen that I adapted towards certain a way of life and thinking? No, I was born like that, and I got so much freedom in that because I'm allowed to be like this. God created me like this. So first of all,
finding joy in that. Awesome.
I experience things differently in all levels of life. Firstly, because of my background, we did not have any unforgiveness. We were a very open family. We'd sit around the table, you speak your mind. What bothers you? What don't you like? What you like? We were very straightforward, kind of blunt in a way. I had to unlearn that, but still live it. So for me, unforgiveness was never an option because I was not allowed. I was forced, not in a bad way, to speak. How do I feel towards a person? And my parents will explain to me, okay, but this is why it happened maybe, and work it out, but don't carry it with you. And they will test you on it. They will ask you, how do you feel about that person now? Until you have developed the tools to work things out. So I never had this thing in me of bitterness and unforgiveness. Thank God for that. And I can bring Mr. X into the scenario again, saying, this guy's got all my money and I sit here in someone's house. What I also learned is to ask God not to waste my pain, to use that for the better. What is the story? Why am I in the sand here? And to work on that. So for me, the advice will be very honest with yourself. Don't try to fool yourself. It's not going to work. And go for help. Sort the stuff out that's in your life. You will never, ever be able to create and get into the peace and the joy with those It's like ulcers inside of you. It infects it will infect you. You will stay sick for the rest of your life. You can try to create, but your vibration will be fighting all the time, good and bad. Those two horses will never be in sync. They will fight while they're running, and you will stay at one place. So you have to be honest with yourself. Then, if you don't have all that stuff, if you're kind of okay-ish, lie in your bed and find out, what do you like? What is something that I would really like to do? I enjoy doing that. Not it makes me happy. Happiness is not part of what I'm talking about. Happiness is for the moment. Happiness is when someone bakes me a cake and I eat it. That's happiness for the moment. Find out what brings something out of you that feels, I'm alive. Joy makes you feel alive. Joy makes you feel, I enjoy living. Happiness doesn't bring you that. But you will have to find it. No one can do it for you because you know yourself good. Maybe the joy is hidden under old blankets, plastic, garbage, doesn't matter. You will know, because as a child, we were all born with joy. Children all have unconditional joy. They enjoy everything. Go back to that. What made you feel, oh, I like this? And that is a feeling that you can milk on and on and on. Don't release that feeling. Keep it, because that's your frame of reference towards your nervous system to recognize certain things. And that's how you can start.
Wow. Yeah, I want to hijack your conversation or what you're saying, but you spoke about honesty now a few times, and I think for me, one of the big things is I needed to be honest with myself. First of all, about joy, about money, about a whole bunch of things. And I'm currently listening to a book, and the woman says there are kind of 4 steps for you to really get to a place of transformation. And the first thing is, she said, you have to look, you have to see. And I think for me, it was about money, but it's actually about everything else. We have to have a focused look on what is happening in our lives. You know, if you don't have joy, or you don't see joy, or you don't experience joy, have a serious look at why not. And then you have to see, okay, and look and see is not the same thing. You have to see and discern what is going on in your life. What is it trauma? Is it unforgiveness? What is it? And then tell the truth to yourself. Be truthful to yourself. What was interesting for me is you said honesty now 2 times, and she said, but honesty and truth is not the same thing. Okay. And that for me was interesting. She said, because honesty, we can tell ourselves a whole bunch of stuff, and we can give an honest feedback on what has happened in a certain situation, but the truth, that is what actually sets us free. Being honest, you give a recollection of what happened, but the truth is I actually didn't. Or, you know, I want to use you and Mr. X as an example. Is it the honesty is, yes, I gave my money to Mr. X and this is it, but the truth is you made the transfer. And it is when you own up to what the truth is and not just the honesty, that is when there is true transformation happening. Because now, and you also spoke about responsibility earlier, it is not so once you see the truth and you look at the truth and you acknowledge the truth, then you can take responsibility for what has happened and why isn't there joy, or why is there joy, and what is the trauma and how to deal with it, and all of that goes with it. And then that is when the transformation happens. And then once you tell yourself the truth and you know what it is, you can actually take authentic action towards choosing joy, making the right decisions. So those were, yeah, anyway, I'm preaching now. That was not the plan. But I do want to stop here. No. But I kind of do just want to wrap it up. And I think we've said it all before in these sessions. We've said it, you've said it many times. But I want to kind of just throw a last question out there and say, if somebody knocks on your door today, comes there to your sandy farm, and say, hey, Talanie, I am struggling with joy. I don't know how to get it. If you have to sum it up and you have like 5 minutes to tell them, this is how you find joy. What will you tell them?
You know, there's a few things. First of all, stop blaming other people for the situation that you're in. Get it out of the way. You made a decision to do certain things, and where you are is because of certain decisions you made. So take that.
But my father taught me to think about things this way.
Yes, he did. But you also received your own mind that you can use. So yes, your dad did. Just divide the truth from the facts, the truth, and the honesty. You know, back to that. What is the truth in this? What do I enjoy? Don't the influence of people, situations, and circumstances in your life gives you, it will give you a reason not to have joy. You will make that give you a reason. Put that apart. Spend time with yourself alone so that you can figure those things out. Push it aside. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. How am I going to get to what I like and stop what I don't like? That's actually the basis of joy. I like this. I don't like this. Stop hammering the don't like thing. Stop hammering, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this house. I don't want to be in the sand. I don't want to be in this town. Get out of that. Stop. I'm grateful. Gratefulness opens huge doors. I'm grateful for what I have, where I am, the people that I know, and make a difference in every person's life that you connect to, at least one in a day. Just by saying, you really have, I like your hair, I like your eyes. Just find something. And the other thing that brings enormous joy back to me is when I go into a shopping center or like a Woolworths, and I talk to people behind the till or just the people that work, pack the shelves. I make contact with them. I read their names. I say, Maturi, how are you today? Thank you. And then I buy them something from someone that bakes little cakes and stuff. I interact with the life around me, and I acknowledge the effort that they put in to make my life easier. And I acknowledge them as human beings, and I honor them on all walks of life. If it's a petrol filling station, if it's wherever, I do that. And it changed their lives. And that's what we're supposed to do. That brings joy, not happiness, joy.
Amen. Amen and amen. Talanie, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I can feel, I said it to you off screen, but for me, what is amazing is that every time I speak to you, is I can really feel how my vibration is really drawn to yours. It is really drawn to your joy levels, and that I'm like, I want to be like that too. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing your joy with us. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. And I look forward to connect with you again soon. Something else, but for now, may the joy be with you.
Thank you, Marie. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.